enjoying, they are just rankading, and these people, they cooperate. They still cooperate with themselves. But these Yoruba people, they will be biting themselves up and down, backbiting, doing all sort of things. But I just wish, I don't know, maybe we can reach out to all these our obas, because they should talk to these people. Is it by force? Let's stay on our own. Look at this sport when they were talking about this Lagos sports getting damage of a thing. I could remember, is it not last year? They were talking about constructing a port in Badagry, yeah. And they just talk about billions of dollars, and up to now the project is abandoned. Many of them across this Badagry beach, you will see an abandoned project, spend the money, they will do road, they will be doing road, the local government, they will be doing road in each local government. Before you know, they will corner the cement, everything. The trailer that bring it in, they will bring it back, they will go and sell it. Before you know, even before the open road is breaking. And this Lagos state government, they don't even have bodies that will check. You are constructing road, nobody is checking. You will see the gutters, water is not even flowing even before they open the road. Everything is blocked. They will just leave it like that. At times they just go away. In fact, I'm tired of this country. In fact, everything has scattered. We can't finish school. We are just there over 6 years. We've been there. I'm even scared to go back to the north to go and school. I'm scared. Look at what happened to this Deborah. I'm a Muslim, but it's unfair. The president cannot even speak about it. They can't even address the issue. Just condemn it. It is not good. This is not one Nigeria. That's just it.
My dear brother, Dare, our prayers will be with you. And I bet that your education that you are having in northern Nigeria as we speak right now, as somehow with the event so far, probably has put you in a position to always be security conscious. And then we can always wish you all the best. Dami, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you very much, Maiyegun. Thank you.
You stay safe. So now let's go straight to I'm sorry, guys, my people. I am going to go straight to Elder Bolaji Ogunlano again. This is his third time of trying to get in, but kind of the connection has been so kind of problematic. Let's go and try it again, sir. Thanks so much for your patience. So I can imagine. Can you hear me, sir?
Okay. Do you want me to? Can you hear me now?
We can hear you loud and clear, sir. You see, that's what I've been saying.
Okay.
Now,
thank you.
You are no longer having the broadcast on your device anymore. You are not staying in the same room with it. You are with us.
Yeah. That was my fault, because I had the YouTube on and I had the video on. So that's the problem.
I was telling you that.
But what I want to say is this.
So I'm glad you fixed that, sir. I'm glad. So now everybody can hear you, sir.
Yeah.
Bye.
What I want to say, Maiyegun, I want to commend you that for the good job you've been doing.
Thank you, sir.
So I'm from Ayepe, so from Odogolu. So, and one thing I want to say, why are they delaying all this declare Yoruba nation? Why are they waiting for? They have the signatures. I signed. They should get on the broadcast, call all the TV stations, declare it. Don't wait for this politician to lose before they declare it. If they declare it today, most of these TV stations in Nigeria will carry it. These people on social media will carry it. So, they need to declare it. They don't have to wait for them. You understand? That's one thing I like to say. And another thing is security.
Yes, sir.
Security is very important. We have to have security. We have to tell our people, look at the video you showed the other day, these Okada people.
We can hear you, sir.
Over a meeting somewhere. I don't know. And what? Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. You have to declare Yoruba nation. Don't wait for these people. We have the over 5 million signatures. So declare it right away. Don't wait for them. That's why, younger people, I'm 63 years old, but you have to do things quick. These older people, like my age, they will tell you, wait. What are you waiting for? Don't wait for anything. Just declare what you have to declare. They can't do anything to us. It's peaceful. Get on the TV station, get on the social media, get on the radio station, declare Yoruba nation. And they will know. All these politicians will start running scatter, And the security, they have to declare it. And the security, like I'm telling you, we have to secure all our areas, secure everywhere. I live in Ikorodu, but I go to Aikwe sometimes, and I have we have property in Ojuelegba too. So,
God bless.
Ogulano is the last name. So, I'm the one that called you. I said I was going to send email to you.
Right. And have you sent it, sir?
Yeah.
You are.
I sent it, but I don't know. He came back.
Oh,
I sent it and he came back. I don't know why he came back. I sent it again, to your diaspora channel.
No, not channel. You
so I will be
Radio International.
I will be going to I will try it again. I will be going to Nigeria next month. So I want you to get the closure because I have one of these flag from Koiki.
Yeah.
He gave me one. So I make a lot of them. So, but when I was coming back, I wasn't able to paste it. I still have it in my office. I have about 5-6 of them in my office. This Yoruba Nation thing. So I need to, I can get the same guy that printed for me. We get me some more. I will pay him. He's one of my tenants in Ojuelegba. He's a printer. So I will pay them. We can post it over there in Ikorodu, in Ojuelegba, and everywhere. Most of these houses. We have like 7 properties in Surulere. So I can paste it there. So, but the most important is they should announce it. Yoruba Nation, they should announce it. They don't have to wait for anybody. Just announce the thing. Yeah. People will just carry it everywhere. So thank you very much for your time, okay?
Yes, I appreciate your patience and I love your message as well. The people behind the 5 million signature, they've already declared that they've met the target and it's an ongoing work, okay? And I bet some of them are hearing you right now. And then, I'll wait for the time of that declaration and we can keep them as supporters.
They should do it. I listened to I listened to Alano, the interview, Igboho, I listen to them all the time. So, but thank you very much.
You have a good one, sir. So that's Elder Ogunlano, the a strong Yoruba nationalist who has been waiting that since we have met the 5 million mark of signature, what else are we waiting for? And the organizers are pretty much hearing that as well. Now let me go to the another parliamentarian, which is going to be Mick Henry. Sorry, I'm from I live in Scotland, and then before I came here, I'll say McDonald. I'll say Mark this. But when I got to Scotland, I realized that we don't call Mark. We just say Mick Henry. How are you, sir? Okay, I'm going to try this, right? Okay, hang on. Let's unmute. Give me a sec. So, Sir O. Mick Henry, you are the next one now. And before you speak, sir, 1 second. Let's share the slot again. Sir Nuruddin Abolore, you are going to go after, Mick Henry. And then ARC, which is that of possibly the ark of justice of that of God. I wouldn't say, it will tell us. So it's going to go after you, Sir Nuru. And then, Sir Notable, I don't know if that's it, Ugagbe, you are going to go after Hack. And then Andrew Houghton, or Ottam, is that Ottan? Sorry. So, Sir Andrew, so Sir Andy, you will go after Notable. You know what I mean? Then I'm going to bring the the maestro. So maestro, you have not bring your camera on, but you can be forgiven because you still have time to fix that. So let's go back to Sir Mick Henry, and he will be the one speaking next. So how are you?
I'm here actually. Good evening.
And good evening to you.
I've been a viewer of Maiyegun for years, and this is the first time I'm coming online to just to say something.
I know.
I don't think Nigeria is redeemable because at my age, I may look young, but I'm just 53 years old. And when I was growing up, because I went to Methodist Primary School, Saboyaba, before I traveled when I was young. And all Tinubu, Fayemi, all of them, they all went to school that Awolowo did, and missionary schools. And when I was in primary school, Methodist Primary School, Saboyaba, and I went to St. Finbar's College. And you can now see that every school have clinic, and they all enjoy this clinic. And from that time till now, we had local governments, and every local government were growing to their own pace, mainland and islands, popularly then. And because if you live in Ebute Metta, you understand what I'm saying.
Yes.
And after a while, I remember when Buhari came in 1983, and everything started coming upside down. If you look at Nigeria, never grew. We are only Nigeria goes only back to back.
Okay, going
So
backward.
if Nigeria are going back to back, we don't grow. And how do you think a country that falls back behind other nations, and then you are wishing, you are praying, you go to church, you go to mosque, you are praying for a child who cannot walk to walk.
Progress of a place that is deliberately put down to be like that.
And then at the end of the day, because I just came from Nigeria 2 days ago.
Right. Back from home. So you have a fresh idea of what you are even talking about. Tell us more, sir.
And if you look at the airport, we were there. I was at the airport by 6 o'clock, and my flight was by 11 o'clock. And you will see all those immigration, the old men that don't even go to school. Maybe they taught them how to punch one thing and thing that they will be punching. And at the end of the day, you will see someone who will say they are educated. They will like minister of what do you call that? I don't even know. They are all corrupt thieves, because it's like when you remove one thief, you replace another thief. And then Nigeria keep on sliding back to back. Now let me put where concerns me most, which is the West or let me say South.
South.
Now, if you take South, where you have a bunch of intelligent people, because where I live here, I could remember years back, there's one Hausa boy from Sokoto. He doesn't even know how to operate telephone, his own telephone. He has to call us because he don't come out. The man with his wife, they live in a 1-2-bedroom apartment. But the moment I think the governor before Tambowa come in, they have to bring him back to Nigeria to become commissioner for information officer.
So just right where you live,
yes,
this person lived.
Yeah, where he lives very close to me. And nice. Then when before I think the governor before Tambowa came in, they brought him back to Nigeria to make him commissioner of information, right? And he went back with his wife, and because the wife literally just stay at home, government pays them, they don't work. And they just come to school here, they do nothing. Now, let me just bring what I'm saying. South, where we have a lot of intelligent people, like-minded people, so professors, doctors, and then you bring a bunch of illiterates. Then we now tell the intelligent people what to do. And at the end, you now find out that who is more intelligent. Is it the foolish or the unfoolish one?
Once you call on educated, or you that is, yes. I mean, you call on educated, but has power over you, or and you that claim to be so educated, intelligent, or you're always going to be second fiddle.
And then you now see the people from the South, because they are so smart, 3 wise, foolish men, I will call them. They decide to cook soup in the night. And you ask one of them, please put little meat in the pot. He will take a stone and throw into the pot and stir it. And then he will call the other one from the east, please put little pepper in the pot. He will put sand and stir it. But all of them are just fooling themselves.
That they are making this.
Yes, they're just fooling themselves. Then at the end of the cooking of the pot, then I said, let us taste it. The one from the West will take his own spoon and put it and lick it. I said, yeah, it's sweet.
Very
The one
sweet.
from this will put his and say, yeah, it's sweet, but they are fooling themselves. How do you think they can lead us? The only thing is that we should go.
I think your analogy just says that when hunger finally grip them, because they are pretending. Because you know when they say sweet, it's sweet. They also just serve everybody, make them eat, but they can't eat it. It's not tasty. It's not food. It's a lie. So then that means they will have to starve, and it will be there's a limited time you can starve before you scream out and say, "Oh, me, I don't believe in this deceit anymore." I love your analogy. I do love it.
So at the end of the day, they will not start fighting each other like monkey fighting. Who wants to be at the top? And the same people you will call so-called illiterates who are dumb, then they will not start laughing and say, you know what? Let us give them banana. They will still fight more because they are all monkeys. Because if you give peanuts, you get monkeys. You understand? So how do you think we cannot move? The only thing is that to separate Nigeria, or we go back to regionalism, whereby if you want to move from the east to the west, you will now come and register yourself at the local government council, and from the east, they will properly arrange a document and give you a social security number. You can live in the east, in the west, and pay a tax to the west. But if you now want to move back to the east, you have to go back to the same government and you withdraw yourself back to the east where you belong to. Because let me tell you, Lagos is very, very full. Lagos is full. And there's no space in Lagos anymore. And you see a lot of bunch, you see all these people riding.
Places that could be developed and people could see opportunities. Opportunities are bound everywhere.
Lagos is not a mega city. It's a mega dirty place.
It is a mega slum.
It's a mega slum. So what I'm trying to say is that we just have to divide our country. Don't pray that Nigeria is going to be okay. You are a businessman. You buy a generator, you fuel it, you make profit, and then you pay NEPA bill from the profit you are making. And on Sunday, you go and take the remaining profit you make, you give in offering in the church, and then the church now fuel their own diesel to give you air conditioning in the church. Then from the remaining money you pay to the church, the pastor will now take the remaining money and fuel his own generator in his own house to watch news and you go back to your house and start funding yourself.
Oh dear.
So where are you going to? Where are you going to? I don't.
It's a big question. And thank you, sir.
Yeah, that's it.
I love your first time. You are leaving a lasting impression on us. I have to say, okay. You see that journey you took us to just a moment ago. That analogy, I bet it. Some of my friends are there. They're like, "Oh, deep." I appreciate you, sir. We won't. I'm going to go to the next person, and I hope we'll be lucky enough to some other time. So thank you so much, Sir McHenry. So I'm going to go straight to Sir, Nuruddin Abolore Kazim. Sir, I love your patience. I would love to be like you. Somebody would just sit there like unbothered. I'll wait for my turn. And I love that. So it's your turn, sir. You can unmute and you can help us add to this tonight. Sir.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Sir. How are you, sir?
Hello. Yeah, I'm good. Yes. We are brothers. I'm from Djibouti.
Oh, Maiyegun.
So we are the same. You understand? Congratulations on your newborn baby.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
You know I've been listening to your program. It's going to a year now. I'm actually calling from Canada in Ontario, Ottawa. So I have been looking critically at the problem of Nigeria. And to me, sincerely, I don't see Nigeria to really have any problem.
Right.
The problem in that country is in the south. You see, every other thing, the insecurity, the poverty, the corruption, and every other thing everybody has been talking about, They are primary, they are secondary and tertiary. The main issue about Nigeria is in the south, is down Nigeria. You see, the analogy about Nigeria is like you having three people, just like the former caller just said.
You can read.
And two decided to cook up a soup, a delicious soup.
It's supposedly delicious. Go on.
Yeah, I want to upgrade what he just said now.
Class.
And the first one said, I'm talking about the Yoruba and the Igbos. As much as they are so close to each other, they are so integrated, intermarriage, they almost share the same idea, the same professions. There is this kind of competition and betrayal of trust between these two tribes. Let me go back to the analogy.
Please.
It's like two people preparing a delicious soup. And the first one said, no, let me taste it first. Then I'll tell you how delicious this soup is. Then you can now do after. And the second one, no, let me do it first. And they started dragging. In the process, they took the soup and took it to a third party. And we have this soup. We wanted to know who is going to eat it first. And the third guy was like, okay, so what do you want me to do? In the process of either of them trying to look for an alliance, they now agree that, okay, you, the third party, try and taste the soup and tell us how, and give us the taste. Then before we will now do it. You can see how they've single-handedly handed over their birthright to a third party. And in the process, the third guy now decided to taste the soup. I'm like, whoa, it's very delicious. But I don't think the Maggi is enough. Let me taste it again. And he started scooping and taking the food, the stew. And the two of them were looking. And before you know it, the third guy has already finished the stew. Wow. So this is the issue that is happening in Nigeria, in the sense that these two people, they keep saying that Nigeria is this, Nigeria is that, the North has the power. They've forgotten that the power actually is their birthright. The power actually belongs to them.
Only if they know.
Well, because they couldn't understand, they couldn't reason with themselves to know or to share what God has given to them, is the reason why they brought in a third party. And that third party has been able to.
Sir, that simply means that when two brothers fight to
issue,
to death,
it's outsider,
a stranger inherits death.
Yeah,
so that's true.
Yeah, you notice what happened in the PDP primaries. Tambowa is from the northwest, and Atiku is from the northeast. At the moment of when they were about to start the election, the primaries, Tambowa went to the podium and announced that he's stepping down. And at that moment, he started campaigning for Atiku.
Right.
And he told all his delegates at that moment to vote for Atiku. If it's from the south,
he didn't care that
he did not even send exactly. Boldly, he did that. If it's from the south, if it's a Yoruba man that stepped down from for an Igbo man, I'm telling you, when he come back home, they will tell him he's a bastard. And it's vice versa. If it's an Igbo man that stepped down for a Yoruba man, they will tell him that don't come back home. But the two of them can afford to go out and give what belongs to them to somebody else. Wow. So the North is a unified domain, is a unified entity. Why the South is so much disoriented, is so much disorganized. They don't trust themselves. There is no cooperation, and it's just so unfortunate the way everything has turned out to be. You own the resources, everything that Nigeria is using as a country. That Nigeria is living on come from the south. Primarily, you have the local government. From local government, you have the state. From state, you have the region. From the region, you have the federal. And someone just came from nowhere and bypassed all this from the local government to the state to the region to the federal, and decided to, like, this thing that is meant to belongs to some set of people, or even if you want to, like, okay, let us share it as a country, and try to give it to an individual to now be sharing it. You can see the kind of stupidity and the kind of the way the South has decided to be a second fiddle on what actually belongs to them. And we have a whole lot of lawmakers and all that goes to the National Assembly every day, and all these things, they can't even talk about it. And
sir.
Yeah.
We are going to call it off at this point. So
can you just give me like 20 seconds, please?
Okay.
I want to talk about the exclusive list.
Right.
In the Nigerian Constitution. That is where the problem lies. Those people that did that Constitution, they've already taken all those issues that is beneficiary to themselves, which has to do with the resource sharing and every other thing that Nigeria relies on. They've put it on the exclusive list. So what are we sending our lawmakers to go and do in Abuja, in the National Assembly, when they can't discuss the real issue that is tying down the progress of that country? So we, the youth, we need to start taxing our leaders. We need to unify them and unify the whole South. Once the whole South is unified and they have a one voice, you will see that the issue of Boko terrorists, the North, this one, power that one, this one, everything will go naturally, everything will just disappear. But because of the conflict in the South, the betrayal of trust and all that is the reason why these guys they're taking advantage of so many things. That's just the whole thing I noticed about Nigeria.
Thank you so much, sir. Let me go to the other parliamentarian because of our time as usual, okay? And then it's been such a pleasure, by the way, having you. Honestly, I've got real thinkers as part of the parliament tonight, and they've made it kind of a deeper reflection where you have to be like, yeah, I love that. So I'm going to go to Ark, our great man who is next on the line for this tonight. So Ark, do you mind on muting, by the way? Let's see. You can help me. By the way, Ark, can you hear me? It doesn't sound like he can hear me. He's looking around and yes, sir. Oh, brilliant. He's on.
Hello, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, sir. We can hear you. So
okay.
You have the line. Yeah, please.
Maiyegun, I would like to say thank you for creating such a parliament, and I will. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. You see,
okay.
You know what? You leave that broadcast. Don't worry about that. You just face your camera. They talk to me. Yeah, leave that broadcast. It's passing you.
Maiyegun, first and foremost, I would like to say congratulations to your newborn baby. I am so happy and grateful to God for you, for what He has been doing in your life, and you have touched several lives. You don't know. You have touched several lives. You are like a crusader. You are like a man that the Lord said, go into the world and preach the gospel.
You said I'm Jewish. I don't even know what this is, but thank you.
And your administration is going deeper. You see, Maiyegun, you don't know me. I know you very well. And before, I was one of the first person that hooked up to your broadcast when you started. Remember when you were in that, when you were in your kitchen, you used to.
Everybody always reminds me of that, and that's a long card that people you can know how long.
And I quarreled with you once. I quarreled with you once. I'm very frank. I quarreled with you once.
I said,
that's
why I said,
people why I quarreled.
Expect too much. Okay? You can like me in the morning, you can dislike me in the afternoon.
No, not that I dislike you. I know you very well. When we were in Nigeria, I know your crusade very well. I was one diehard crusader of Maiyegun when it was in the university. I was about to go into the university then. I went to University of Politico, which I led the crusade to with the NANS president, Ken Enshaw. I get to know Ken Enshaw very well.
Let me jump in. You know that people sometimes mix that up. I love the fact that I don't even know this Maiyegun people talk about in Unilag, right? What happened is that sorry, not Maiyegun. Sorry, I mixed it up. What's his name? Shore, because I know we have one Maiyegun in Unilag then who was yeah, I know we have. I worked with that one. He had an NGO with Abiola's daughter. I worked with that one for some time too. So I have worked a lot, and I became in Port Harcourt, so University of Port Harcourt. I was the PRO for CDHR. So I've done a lot, and I've seen a lot. I have fought a lot from the Polytechnic down to the university. I was one of the pioneer people in the Polytechnic offer. If you know about offer. I do.
Yes. I was one of the pioneer members there, and we did a great thing, and we really fought hard. But I left there because of the corruption in the system. So I came to Port Harcourt. So I would like to say something here.
Please.
To that guy that schooled in the north. I would like to tell him one thing as a brother.
He's probably listening to you too.
Yes, I would like to tell him if he can take his school, if he can change his school and move his curriculum down to the south. It is very, very dangerous. Now, Nigeria is at its peak. And as you always say, everybody's going to eat out of that. They're going to be served their food. As the southern delegate have been served their food in PDP, whatever thing. And I want to talk on what the last called man said. He said the South is the problem of its own thing, its own self. Yes, the South is the problem of its own self because of one thing. The entire South, our leader, they are all greedy. If you want the trend of Awolowo time, all the leaders in the South made Awolowo not to become what the dream he dreamed about the South and the entire country. They cut short his ambition. They cut short his dream. And to that aside, you see, the man that won the PDP presidential whatever, the problem we have in Nigeria is basically the North. There's nothing you will say in the House of Assembly. They've turned the table from the days of IPP and the days of the last military man that ruled. They've already turned the table. The constitution they made have already done the damage. And now, how are we going to turn that? The only way we can turn that is either we just that constitutional conference Jonathan did. We can as well start from somewhere.
Go back on it.
Yes, I have two options. If we can dust it, we can force them to bring that because they signed that document. It was an agreement they signed because at least 90% or 95% of the ethnic group were there.
That's right.
If we don't want, I'm speaking to those people that are still claiming Nigeria now, because me, I'm no longer claiming it. I've already told my wife, no longer because Nigeria is no longer a country. But to those that are still trying to claim, let me give them a little hole
and tip and say, okay, if you agree that this Nigeria is not the Nigeria you want, is rotten, is destroyed, is this and that, but here is the solution. There's something that people came together to say, if we do this, it will bring peace into okay. You claim you love Nigeria. Why don't you go and use that too? That's what you are telling me.
I don't know why the entire South has shut the door concerning that paper. They shut the door. That was a weapon they would have used to fight and fight further. But to my own extent and to my own view now, the solution that will solve it, Maiyegun, you are looking it, is a total breakage of Nigeria. If it's not broken into Yoruba, what they call and then Igbo, let's go like the Germans went. Let's break it into the south and the north. And when we are done great in our own region, we can then sit down and rethink how we are going to come together. That's what happened to the Germans. So they rethought and they think and they broke down the wall and they came together and they are a more stronger force now. Right. And one thing you spoke in your channel, you made mention, I don't know when you spoke, you made mention of the Western world don't want us to break.
Yes, now they say it's because it's not because they love us, it's not because they want us to be great, they just want to make sure that we remain like that. Because breaking according to them,
I want to Maiyegun, before my time goes, I want to chip in this why they refuse us not to pay. Do you know that Nigeria is still paying royalties? As the Cameroonians are paying to France, Nigeria is still paying royalties to UK.
Right.
How? The oil, the energy is the royalty we are paying to them.
An indirect payment.
Indirect payment we are paying to them. That is why, and who can they use? The illiterate side of the country, which are not well educated.
Who only just wanted power. That's what they want to develop. Just want power.
Yes, that is why they are saying they don't want Nigeria to break, because they are not telling us that, oh, there will be influx of population, whatever. That is a lie. That is plan B they are using. It's a lie. There is no way. There is so many war that's going on. If anybody moves, it's how God made it. There must be movement of people, all regions of the world.
You know where I agree with you.
You cannot let these people die, and they said they want to go their separate way without war, and you said no, there will be influx of people into your region.
That projecting war
by them
to go peacefully. Now they are projecting.
We can go peacefully.
To break up.
And,
you have to fight war.
And I must tell everyone here, if you say the North is trying to do this, they played the game. They played against Awolowo. They played it again where the weekend came, and you see that guy, what's his name? The other one that came and announced that, he's giving the vote, everything to stepping down for 80K. Atiku. This was orchestrated already. They planted Tambowa in the camp of the vibrant southern person that they know that has money that will come and overturn this stuff. That is why that Tambowa is right in the south, trying to look and give bad information. And at the end point, at the tail end, he now brought the comments back and said, I'm moving my vote to Atiku. Wike there, if you watch the video very well, Wike was flat to the ground.
And now
it was flat. And I knew that was going to happen. And you were seeing.
So he said he wanted to stand up. He said he wanted to stand up and go there. But he not to.
He was frustrated. He was dying. He wanted to, but he couldn't stand up, because if he stand up, they're going to take him out of that arena. I'm very sure of that. So what we are going to, Atiku is very quiet. Atiku is going to be worse than this man that's leaving.
He don't do his own work now.
He's going to be worse because he has no plan. Tell me the plan he has. He fought his own president. He was the vice. He fought his own president. How dare you, a vice president who was taken to come and be my vice with your Sokoto, whatever caliphate chose you, and they drag you in, and you fought your president to a standstill, and you ate some money, you told him not to talk. Why should he talk? You were having an argument. How dare you come out and tell us you want to come and become a president of a country?
Like you know, hand over
that is absolute rubbish.
for the
Nigeria for me, and I believe for many Nigerians, because I've been crying. They are not. Nigeria is like a country that has been covered with a veil. Many Nigerians in there, they don't know what is happening because internet service is meant for the few. No more information circulation. Do you know that all the communication firm in Nigeria signed a treaty with this northern president that is on board now? I'm sorry to say that. They signed a treaty. They cannot investigate. They cannot go into anything to say the truth. If you watch when PDP was doing when they interviewed the Minister of Transport, they asked a fundamental question. He now told them that, did you bring me here to mess me up? Then the man now retreats. I am telling you that all the press house in Nigeria have been taken over. They cannot bite. So what I see in Nigeria, there is going to be a total. Everybody's going to eat the food, though. As you always say, everybody goes. Tinubu, they cannot pick Tinubu. I can bet it with anybody. They will never pick Tinubu to be
they cannot defeat them
from APC
primary election.
He cannot even be picked in APC now. They won't pick Tinubu.
Thank you, sir.
They are going to eat the food. I just want to thank you. Thank you for giving us this medium. And I'm from Edo State, Benin. I'm a Benin boy. Sometimes I usually laugh and say, which one are people they do safe? They just down in the chat APC and PDP. I was bred up in Lagos State. I stayed in Lagos for more than 30 years. So I am in this. They say Yoruba's country now. I am moving straight down there. I'm going to.
You know one thing about the Benin people, right? In the whole thing, now they blessed it too much, right? You are going to be the free citizen of the world wherever you move to. Now they go enjoy your more when that time comes.
There's no enjoyment there. Enjoy waiting. I deal with Yorubas. They are my brothers. I'm my sister. I'm going to fight alongside with them.
Anyway, thank you so much, sir. Let me go to let me go to the next person, and then we can quickly round it up tonight. I love his energy and I appreciate his time, just like everyone else's time. So now let me go quickly to our Ogagbe. I don't know if I pronounce that right, but you help me as you join now, sir. You can unmute. You are going to be the secretary.
That name is a nickname, the one I gave you yesterday evening. That is Ugiagbe, means the one they cannot kill. You understand?
I love it.
Good. How is everything?
I am very well. How are you?
I'm fine. It's me again, you know. Yeah. Concerning that, our brother that just left, a Benin man, tell him that all Benin people are fighting for their nation to come, because we are Biafran. We are Biafran, sorry to say. And also, we are Oduduwa, if anyone could accept that, because the Oduduwa family are those inside us. You understand?
Right.
Good. What I want to say here is very important. I will use this media to let everybody know this. And I may go that rugged to some issues, but they have to understand where I'm coming from. The most important thing here is for we all, everyone, to stand still. Both the one that is campaigning in a Yoruba land, look, you are campaigning for nothing. You are campaigning for nothing. It is better now as reserve that your money and begin to buy protection for your people, Yoruba people. Maiyegun, I want to surprise you.
Tell me.
Do you know I am marrying your sister, Yoruba woman?
Amazing.
She's the mother of my children. Yes. She's the mother of my 4 children.
Amazing.
We are happily married. We live together. Do you understand that? And this is very important for Yoruba people, for them to know. You see, sometimes there are things, physicality, there are things, spirituality. But if we begin to talk about spirituality part of it, people would not understand. They will not understand, because there are certain people, God will open their eyes to see some certain things that is going to befall that country called Nigeria. 2017, when we visited Lagos, we take all the family, everybody, the first time the children were visiting with us, you know, since we were born. We take them all to Nigeria. Then after the trip, when I came back, I wrote to the governor at that time, Lagos State Governor. I said, Yoruba is surrounded. What are you doing about it? I saw Yoruba land surrounded. He replied me and tell me everything is okay. I should not worry, and everything is okay. But what God opened my eye to see in Lagos, I saw that every street they have position Fulani in every street, and people use them to make security, but without knowing that they are putting their life in danger. Imagine when it happened, people in the street cannot go out.
Did you see
Just
this?
imagine that.
You are talking about 2017, right? Did you see what is going on in Lekki, Aja,
yes,
all those places?
Yeah.
Now people don't sleep with their two eyes closed now.
Okay. The most important thing now, as one of our brothers have said earlier, what are you people waiting for, Maiyegun? If you have 5 million signature, what are you waiting for? Declare Yoruba nation. Declare it. Just the way we are here today now, let everybody join in and begin to declare. It may take a week without declaration to finish. Everybody will measure their name and pledge and declare to Yoruba nation. Like that, you are already at the step. I'm telling you, what you don't understand is bigger than you, because something is coming that I saw that is coming. They have bought it. They have it. They have the bomb already. They have it. I saw it landed, and it landed. So many souls were consumed because they want to put fear in the Yoruba land. They have bought it. They have it. They have the bomb with them. And they have the mercenary that will do the job in Lagos State. Those machine rider you see, they are all army. They are all equipped. You wonder why Salusi is living in Lagos. You don't know. You have a commander around you people. You have an army warrior around you people that will just snap his finger. Things will start happening. You see, the way out of this, every youth have to abandon campaigning. Every youth, they have to turn their back against all those president aspirants. Every one of them. The youth have to ask them to declare Yoruba nation. That is the only way out. And before that, they have to show to these people that they are no more interested in president or whatever they are planning to do. That they will burn their PVC, they will burn everything so that they know that everything is cancelled. They will burn their PVC, they will video it, and not only that, not only doing this, they will denounce their membership to any party, and they will ask their leader, any governor, to denounce it in force. They will denounce it publicly. They will denounce the party, they will denounce it publicly. Then someone will ask, what is the way forward? That is why we have House of Assembly. House of Assembly will come into a picture that will be seeing the affair from there on. Forget about Naira. We can use dollar as to start up. Dollar will not become something to use in Nigeria. I'm telling you the truth, before we all will settle down. But we will ask the North to leave our midst, to leave. They cannot stay around us anymore. Ask them to leave. Let them know that their leaders have done enough. Ask them to leave. Ask them to leave. Make life miserable for them. Every army barrack close. Let them go. Police station close. Only Ameteku will become the forces of the land. The same thing I said to Igbo people, those going in the name of Igbo. Maiyegun, I'm telling you today, their real name is not Igbo. That is a fake name. Their real name is Ugbo. That is their real name from Omigodo. Ugbo is what their name is. They should answer their father's name now. They should answer their father's name. Is Udu Ugbo, not Igbo. What they are bearing. They are Idu Ugbo. They have to start bearing their name, and the whatever nation they are going to get their nation very soon. Because when the Yoruba declare, Middle Belt are going to declare, the Idu Ugbo are going to declare. Whatever name they come out with, it could be Biafra, but they know that their inheritance, their ethnic name is Idu Ugbo. They are Hebrew of Hebrew. You understand?
Thank you.
That is what flowed. They are Hebrew of Hebrew. It is already there. They are Hebrew of Hebrew. That is what British saw, and that is what British put them in the hand of Fulani to be killing them year after year, whether they do anything or not. Or something happen in Europe, they will kill them. Do you understand that? What I'm trying to say. Yes.
Yeah,
what I am trying to say.
You remember that we are managing our last time. Ordinarily.
Yes. I want to show you this. I want to show you this.
Anymore,
if people stick thinking about Atiku, you see that?
Yeah.
You see what Obasa just said about Atiku.
All right.
You see that?
I've seen it.
You see that? That is what that guy was saying just now. It's very important. Yoruba have to fortify themselves now before it's too late. Yoruba is surrounded. It's surrounded. The reason why Igbo people are still legally because of the security Unadi Kano formed. If you see what is happening in Benin, those states now, our villages are being taken by them. You understand? They are after our life and after our resources. They did not come to play anki-paki with us. They won't stop anyway because you see people in IDP camp were left.
Listen for a second, you are not following my rules. I said once I raise my hand, respect that. Break it.
Thank you.
So I can go to other. I've done that. Like
okay, let me round up. Thank you, Maiyegun, for this support you've given to me.
Ordinarily, I'm just going to end it right now. I've got, I'm here. It's so late. And sincerely speaking, right, respect that time for the sake of, I've got a family here too, and I can't be screaming in the middle of the night, waking everybody up, okay? Remember this, if I raise my hand, just round it up. There's going to be other times that you can add other stories, other things to it. Please, that's so frustrating. I didn't like that. So I'm sorry. Maestro, so sorry for keeping you waiting. It is almost 15 minutes to 11 o'clock. I have overstretched my time, completely overstretched. Well, help me, let me round this up and we can call it a night. So sorry, I keep saying it took us, okay? Thank you so much.
Good evening, Maiyegun. I hope you can hear me.
I am very well. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be on your platform. And
somehow it seems that your voice is a bit kind of cracky. Like I don't know why.
Sorry. I
was getting closer
Can
to
you hear me clearly now?
Loud and clear. I think it's better now. Yeah, it's better.
Okay. I was in my headset before, but calls were coming into my phone, so the thing had to plug my headset.
Yes. It's possible for us so that we can see you.
Yes.
Go on.
So I thank you for giving us this opportunity. Your platform is a great platform, and I don't want to talk much. I just want to speak a little bit. And before I forget, while following your platform, one of the best moments I enjoyed most on your platform, and I wish you bring that back, is when you read out that book, Those Who Own Nigeria. I know there are several books like that. If you can bring those things again, I mean, it was so educative. My life changed, So if you can bring those things, educate us, And then please, I know that a lot of people want you to go into Yoruba language, but please.
Records on 24, yeah? I'm with you, sir.
Yes. So please bring back the English language off because you are like the Bible of everybody, not just Yoruba, please.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now going to what just happened in Nigeria, it's not me that we see this thing, like the primate that was kidnapped, talking about the language he spoke and the things they stole to him. I mean, it's not me. But one thing I just believe is certain. How many Fulanis are there in the whole of Africa? How many? How many Fulanis do we have in Africa that we are panicking? We cannot panic. They cannot use gun and shoot anybody. They cannot chase us from Ghana. How many Fulani do we have in the whole of Africa? Join Senegal, join Mali, how many? So you can see now that it's impossible physically to push us from our lands. So that is a given. So I'm not shaking at all.
I do tell people to see. I tell people, I said, if not because of Buhari and their other jihadist crook in government, using the instrument of the state to oppress others, we can defend ourselves. If Nigerian army is not protecting them, if Nigeria police, we can defend and face these guys. But
exactly, me are not fear at all. I'm not fear because the whole of Africa put together, I don't think they are up to 10 million Fulanis. So where would they bring the soldiers to? And then one thing again I've always believed is land cannot be moved.
No. People can, but land can't.
You cannot steal land to add it to your own land.
No.
Land will remain where it is.
Yes.
So the best thing for everybody is this kind of thing that you are doing, the fund. Prepare yourself for it's a given. The number one natural law of life is self-preservation.
That's right.
You understand? So to be able to live, you must fight. You fight. It's a life. It's a lifestyle. If you don't take it as a lifestyle,
it's human nature.
It's human nature. Exactly. It's exactly. So it's just that it is new to us in Nigeria. In some countries, they have been facing territorial issues from day one. They have no choice.
We love Messiah-like personalities.
Exactly.
Be our problem or fight for us or be our Jesus. And we've
exactly.
Rather, we will have been taking advantage of us.
Exactly. So some people, their daily life is territorial integrity because they have been facing it from day one. So they are ready. Look at the likes of Japan and all this. See how they are surrounded by their own competitors. See what North Korea is doing every day. Sometimes they will test weapons. So all those ones so we are just waking up to what is happening in the world. Life in itself, every day, like somebody said, and I copy, life itself wants to take away your life. Every day as you breathe in bacteria. So you are trying to stay alive. If you are trying to stay alive, every day somebody wants to steal your land. You have to wake up.
You have to be up
That's just what I want to say. Otherwise, breakfast. When the breakfast don't go round,
pretend.
You wake up. You understand? So me, I'm not shaking. As per the Fulani, they cannot do anything because now you never ready. Count all the Fulani in the whole of Africa. Let them come into Nigeria. We are still more than them. Plenty past them where. So I know they shake at all.
So they are using money to buy weapons for
Nigeria.
They open the gate for the terrorists to take all the weapons and they make them look like powerful than us. And then everybody has said, these people have weapons. These people can destroy this and that. So wait. Once we cut the pipeline of where they get the money to fund the terrorism, then let's see how long.
That's all.
I agree with you.
That's all. So me, I'm not shaking at all. It's just that everybody need to wake up and follow what you are. That's the strategy you are doing. That's what they should be doing. If they don't follow it, one might get breakfast. Thank you very much,
Maestro Baba, God bless you, and thank you so much for being part of this set tonight. I hope we'll have enough time on our hands next time. And I've told everybody, see, you need to join us early, okay, to be part of this. Don't always wait to the end of the whole program before you feel like, okay, let me join. Most of the time won't let us do that. I have a lot of people behind the scene right now who have been waiting there for more than half an hour. But I decided not to bring you on simply because it is just going to keep us here all night. Our time is gone, and I appreciate everybody who took their time to be part of this, okay? Thank you to all of you. Everyone, I can't thank you enough, and I'm just going to make it like a general thank you message. My time is up. I'm going to see you some other time. Join me the next time, and until then, don't leave without liking the video. If you are just joining us, where you can watch the broadcast from the beginning, everything is over now, and we are going to see again tomorrow.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádùn yẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lé ibó níṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí o ẹ̀yin bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.